Hey, it's me, One Last Hand. We are about to unbox Comic Hunters. This one is an interesting one. It's made by Spin Master Games. It's been around for a long time, but it was originally only a Brazilian release and really difficult to come by. They did a release for the US and it was blighted by component issues, people not being overly impressed by the quality of it, printing on card issues, those sorts of things. My gut feeling is, since this isn't available in the UK, you can't pick it up other than a couple of resellers on eBay. My gut feeling is that this has come from Amazon.com. I've been keeping an eye on this game. I almost bought it from Amazon.com a couple of times. I decided against it, and then all of a sudden, when I was doing my fairly regular search for board games I like the look of from my unavailable board games list, this popped up on Amazon UK for about £31, so I picked it up. My expectations are that this is the US version that's been shipped to UK and then being sold. Interestingly, since this has been delivered, the order, the item on eBay, on Amazon has been deleted, so you cannot find this on Amazon anymore. Like, if you're like the look of this game and you're thinking about picking it up, my suggestion would be pick it up from Amazon.com, where you can get it delivered to the UK for about £35. But obviously, it's going to come in the transit. You might get a pretty dinged up version. But this version that was supposedly sold from the UK is already pretty dinged up. I'm not going to lie. As you can see, big old sort of crease down the middle here. You can see the back of the box is kind of stretched a bit and dented and dinged up. I won't hold that against it too much. It's had a tough journey, I suspect. Interestingly, the other thing, I've opened it already, but you can see down here, there's just some little plastic stickers keeping this together. No polythene wrapper. I'm all for removing the plastic from things, but yeah, a little bit weird. That one. So let's just have a quick read of it. After many years of hunting for comics, all of your favourite Marvel heroes, you've been able to build an impressive collection. But there are still a few missing issues you need to acquire before you could be recognised as the greatest collector of all time. Sorry, I can't read sentences. Because rare comics are in high demand, you'll face stiff competition from other prominent collectors at every location you search. Will you be able to find and acquire the rare editions to complete your ultimate collection? What I really like the look of this is, obviously it's a sort of a collection sort of score building game. But I'm really looking forward to the fact that these have got kind of the real artwork from the comics on there, so that's pretty nice. Contents, we should have one board, 135 comic book cards, 30 tokens, one first player token, one score pad, and some instructions. I guess without further ado, we should open this up and dive inside. So first things first, we have a set of rules. Let's have a little flick through these. We won't go through the whole thing, but people were complaining about the component quality. I have to say, I thought it was going to be, based on reading some reviews and stuff, I thought it was going to be far worse than this manual. This feels like it's printed on fairly high quality glossy paper. I feel like they missed a trick. They could have done this in some kind of comic book style. But as always with these sorts of things, a rule book is only as good as how well it teaches you how to play, right? And that will come later. Two-player game at the back here. And as you can see, solo player. So you can play this 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 14 and up. And a game, in theory, will take 60 minutes. I'm just going to pull this out of the way because it looks like next up is the board. There's the rest of the box. I'll just tuck this out of the way for a second. Okay, here is the board. So we've got our locations. I'm guessing this is kind of the turn schedule. We've got the schedule here. So store, flea market, convention, assemble collection, store, auction site, convention, assemble collection, flea market, auction site, convention, assemble collection. So you're doing some of these things on the schedule here and marking this off. Varied collections, and then 3 stars, 3 equals 5, 4 equals 10. I'm guessing they're victory points. The hero tracker. I have to say this board, I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. You might be able to see it. Where this has been stuck down, there's kind of a crease right along the edge that isn't the actual edge. You can push it down a little bit. Let's have a look on the back. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad on the back, but let's flip this back over. So there's our hero tracker. I'm not sure what this is down the middle here. And then finally, highlights. This must be the player scoring. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. And there's only 3 of these and it's 4 players. So I'm not entirely sure how how all of that fits together. But again, this doesn't feel too bad, apart from you can see it's a bit weird where the edge overhangs quite significantly, like it's not been stuck down or lined up properly. But what have we got here? These look like tokens. Let's open this up 1 second. See what we've got here. Oh, okay. Okay, so these might be the things that we're talking about. Bear with me 1 second. These might be the things that we're talking about in terms of quality. Just zoom in a little bit so we can see these a little better. So we've obviously got the score tokens, but immediately you can see how thin this is in relation to other cardboard tokens. They're pretty. I mean, I'm sure they're fine for what they do. They're just pretty flexible, pretty weak. So these must be scoring points. These are your special collections, and then obviously you've got your hero collections and a little tick. I've no idea what that is, but oh, interesting that they're one-sided. Also, from the looks of it, I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up. Oops. From the looks of things, these 20s are all smudged, where the black ink is smudged along there. I can't remove it, so it's obviously happened and dried. But yeah, you can see they're all sort of dried up. But I mean, again, they'll do what they need to do, I'm sure. Okay, what else have we got in the box then? We have a little scoring pad from the looks of things. I'll just plop this down here. So you can see this is a scoring pad, collection size, collection variety, secret stash, first highlight, second highlight, third highlight, and then totals. So quite a few of those. You don't need to worry too much about running out. And then we've got the cards. Again, no plastic, just wrapped in paper. I'll just take some out and we'll have a little look at them and see what we've got. Oh. Okay, there's the paper off. So these are collection 3. I don't know if these are the best or the worst cards. Let's start with 1, shall we? I'm assuming 1 is the worst. So there's number 2, and there's number 3. Looks like there's a reasonable similar size in all of these. I'll just tuck these out of the way, and let's have a little look, shall we? See if we can see anything obvious with the components. I mean, they don't look horrendous from the back here. There's a few of them feel like they're stuck together, or feels like some of them might have been printed on slightly thicker card. They don't feel premium, I will say that. But equally, I can't see anything too obvious that's printed incorrectly here. I feel like some of these borders slightly misalign. As in, some feel like they might be thicker than others. But let's turn this over. That doesn't look too bad, so that's a good start. Okay, so let's have a little look at what we've got. We have, I'm just going to put autofocus on so you guys, if there's anything different, you guys can see it. So hopefully that will help focus in on that. There we go. So there you go, Captain America. So you can see down the side here, you've got the tokens that these form part of the collections for. I'm assuming this is like a first issue, Volume 1, 2015, Captain America. I won't go through all of these, but you can see there's obviously, these look like they're the modern variations of these. So these look like fairly new. It's 2010, for example. I wonder if we're going to come across these ones where they're like 70s, etc. I won't go through all of these. Again, we'll just see if there's any obvious printing errors, but it doesn't look too bad. Actually, I was expecting far worse. You can see a few of the edges are starting to get a little bit dinged up, but nothing. Some sleeving, if you were playing it a lot, wouldn't protect a little bit of. They don't feel like the highest quality card, I will say that. They're not glossy. They feel like they could stick together quite easily. Okay, this is card deck number 2. Have we got anything obvious on the back here? I think we might be fortunate from the looks of things. I mean, famous last words, but it doesn't look like these are in too bad nick. This is what I was saying, I think, with the borders. You might be able to see it here. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but these look like they're thicker on this one than this one, and I'm not convinced that's how it's meant to be. Feels like some of them are the same thickness, and some of them are thinner, where the printer, the cutting has been misaligned. So it does look like there's some slightly off, but again, you're not going to notice that massively. We'll just flick through some of these. These are 1995 versions, 98, as you can see. Oh, it helps if I'm in the center of the picture. We'll just have a look at a few as we go. You know, certainly, I haven't noticed anything that makes me think, oh, there's no way I could play that. Some of the complaints were about mold, and interestingly, just coming back to the box very quickly. Oops, there isn't any silica gel in here, which would explain. There's just a rip rather than anything else, but that would explain mold ultimately. You know, if these are stored in warehouses in cold, and then it gets hot, and then it gets cold again, you know, you're going to get condensation, and therefore you're going to get mold. So yeah, it looks like maybe cheaping out a little bit on silica gel, but then, you know, let's have a look at the next collection then. So this is Comic Book Collection 3. We can see these all look, again, don't look too bad, unless there's anything we're gonna stumble across. They don't look horrendous from what I can see. And then let's flip this over and have a little look. So these are 1970s versions. So 1962 for the amazing fantasy Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man is this, If This Be My Destiny, a 1965 comic. I do like the fact that it's got the actual art on. That's pretty cool. And I'm surprised that this sounds a bit harsh. I'm surprised that Marvel gave the license to this to only then be produced in Brazil. Seems a bit of a weird one, right? It's not like they often miss out on opportunities, and it feels like this game is one that people are looking for. So I guess that's the same with anything you can't get. People will be looking for it. But this looks like a fun game. We will try and learn the rules, try and do a playthrough. I'll just bring these together so they're in picture. But I'm looking forward to playing it. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have all sorts of misaligned cards. I thought we were going to have you know, mold in the box. Open it up. I don't think it's too bad. So if you are thinking about getting this, you know, it's maybe not as high quality as you would want, and paying a reseller £50 for it seems a bit excessive. But ultimately, if you're really interested in it, you know, that's what you have to do. Or check out Amazon, which do have them for about £35 to the UK. I'll play this. We'll get the video up. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know if you've played this game, if you're thinking about playing this game, if you've been keeping an eye on it. Let me know your thoughts on it, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you.